Yeah, what's up, everybody? Whoa, where am I? Where did I go?
Oh,
I'm back.
hey!
Can you see me? Can you hear me? It's the Raw Post Show. New matches for SummerSlam. RK Bro is reunited, and Goldberg is still terrible. What happened?
But I think it's cool now.
I hope so. What happened?
Hey, what happened?
Hey! Uh-oh! What happened? Where are we? Is something going on?
There we are.
Is there an issue? Is there
Is the network trying to pull us off the air?
Maybe
we're so controversial.
Is there a loose connection?
Is there a loose cannon?
Everything was good before
The ghost
show.
of Brian Pillman?
As soon as we start the show, our camera went dead. What are we, John Cena?
Live television.
All right, our production team is on it, taking a look at it. You can see us now, so that's most important, right?
That's right.
We're live, pal. We're live, pal.
And we watch Raw.
Gentlemen, we're on live television. Gentlemen, you remember when the Diaz brothers did that brawl?
On CBS.
I was watching that Malice at the Palace. Now, I'm going to completely talk about some other shit right now.
Yeah.
I was watching that Malice at the Palace documentary on Netflix. Did you see that?
No, but I remember that event. I saw like a rewind on that.
So that was like one of my favorite things. That was like the
2003, 2004.
Peak of my basketball fandom. Like I was into basketball back then. Kobe, Shaq, the Pacers were great. Big Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace on the Pistons.
Rip Hamilton. Tayshaun Prince.
Yes. So
Chauncey Billups.
Tremendous time for basketball. So I was watching that documentary. And I was thinking, God damn, this is a great documentary. I'm loving it. I loved every minute of it. The
Mavericks killing it back then.
Yeah.
Steve Nash.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah.
You know? I was a big Dirk fan. The Spurs, too. I love the Spurs with Tony Parker. I watched a Tony Parker documentary, which was amazing. Ginobili and, of course, Tim Duncan, the man. Well, the
David
legend.
Robinson, I think, was on some of those teams at the end. David Robinson at the end, yeah.
Anyways,
good time for basketball.
So that documentary is awesome. It's on Netflix. And I was thinking somebody should do a documentary like they did Malice at the Palace on that Diaz brothers, Jason Mayhem Miller brawl on CBS for Strikeforce. That
Where's
shit
my
was crazy.
rematch, buddy?
Yeah, and then like they just brawled. It was crazy. And
Jake
then the
Shields
guy,
is in there.
I think it was Gus Johnson. Gentlemen, we're on live television. Gentlemen, we're on live television as they like fade to black and go to commercial because there's all these fighters brawling and they're on CBS at the time.
It's their first broadcast too?
I think it was the second time, maybe Strikeforce's first time, but it was the second time that MMA had been on network television. This is before the UFC was on network TV, so it was like a big deal. And of course, the Diaz brothers were involved. It was a Mayhem Miller and Jake Shields fight.
I think Jake Shields.
No, it was Jake Shields, Dan Henderson.
Oh, yeah?
And Jake beat Dan Henderson, decisioned him, and it was super impressive. And then Mayhem came in and wanted a rematch with Jake Shields. And then the Diaz brothers were there in Jake's corner.
That's the Where's my
rematch, buddy? And then the fight happened. Anyways, they need to do a documentary on that. Digressing already, baby. Let's get into Raw and what happened tonight. Not too much going into SummerSlam.
Our minds are elsewhere. You know, that's how bad Raw was.
I mean, I was kind of half watching Raw, half watching that action figure auction you saw me watching.
I did.
I didn't
pretty
buy
riveting.
I didn't buy anything.
Vince looked good.
The Vince was nice.
Yeah.
And like I could have got it at a good deal. I was thinking about, but I didn't do it. But shout out to those guys. Okay. I think the production team is trying to figure out why we went to black before.
That's right.
Anyways.
It's a Malachi Black.
Before we get to Raw, let's give a shout out to the members.
The swollen members.
Angelo Contagones, Harold Schneider, Franco 316, Doug Hepburn, Brian Firth dropping a super chat. Can you give an answer for my question earlier? Yes.
About the hat.
Brian dropped a super chat. Yeah, about the hat. The hat. I talked to Glenn, Brian. I don't understand what happened with the hat. He sent you the Glenn WO hat like a month ago, and I don't know. He can't find the tracking number. He doesn't know where the hat is, but he sent it to you, and it's possible Canada Post lost it. It's possible it's on its way to you. We have an address for you, and Glenn is supposed to send you another hat soon within the next couple days, so hopefully you get your hat soon, Brian. I don't know, man. Glenn sent it to you, and it seems like Canada Post lost it, but I talked to Glenn, and he says he's going to try and send you another one within the week, and hopefully you get your hat, man. It's been a real pain in the ass, to be honest, dealing with all this stuff, trying to figure it out. Like Glenn would, There's only so much I could do. And if you never get the hat, Brian, let me know, and I'll send you something. Send you an action figure or something, I don't know. We'll work something out.
Send you
some Ringside Report merch. I'll send my brother in a box, whatever.
Hello.
Yeah, you get to hang out with him for a week, pay for his meals and so on. You have to house and clothe him. You got to take care of him, all right? If I send you my brother as a gift, you have to take care of him for as long as you want. You could send him back, though.
At your expense.
Yeah, you could send him, like, snail mail, like, real slow, too. Like, he's just in a box on a boat for a while. That'd be fun. Yeah. You'd like that. An adventure for you. It's fun.
I like to travel.
You like to travel. You like to hitchhike.
I can rough it.
You hitchhike and camp. Like, you're a roughing it type of guy.
Yeah, I'm
You're down. You're down.
Man of the woods.
Yeah.
So Raw.
Yeah, Raw. Don't forget to become a member like all the members have become. Become a member. Join on the thing. If you're watching on YouTube, click join. Subscribe, of course. Like the video. At the very least, you can like the video. Give us a thumbs up and help us along. You know what I'm saying? Is my phone popping up? Found the problem. Oh, we found the problem. Okay.
Right.
And it will be fixed.
Rooted it out.
The team is on it. See?
That's right.
Easy peasy. Things happen, and then we fix them like that.
That's right.
Hey, Simon Brothers in the house. You know what I'm saying? We're in the house. Questlove's in the house. Is Questlove in the house? You know that Eric Andre thing? He's like, Questlove's in the house. It's Questlove, and he's like telling people that he's in the house. I don't know. It's a good bit. Anyways, Raw. Let's get to it eventually. Probably.
We have to.
We're like 6-7 minutes into the show. We should probably get to it at some point, but goddamn, pal. Not too good. I didn't like it. Hey, Brian Firth is the top super chatter, by the way. I'm more interested in that. What's up with you guys? How you guys feeling? Anybody watch Raw? Let me know in the chat. Did you watch Raw? Yes or no? Yes, I watched Raw. No, I did not. I watched Raw. It was a lot of Randy Orton and Matt Riddle. Randy Orton cut a promo in the ring. Says he hit Riddle with the RKO last week because he doesn't need any friends. And he's a loner, and that's fine with him. And then he talks about having to wrestle Omos later, and he's going to hit him with the RKO as well. And then Riddle shows up, and he's like, hey, Randy. I'm going to do the Riddle impression.
That's a good Riddle.
Okay? I mean, he's basically like Bill and Ted Excellent Adventures.
Spicoli, Sean Pepper's Ridgemont High.
Does he really talk like that, or is he putting... He's got to be putting it on. There's no way he actually talks that ridiculous, right? Ridiculous?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's probably laying it on pretty thick.
He's like, hey, Randy, I know why you RKO'd me last week, bro. It's because I've been doing the RKO, and you're trying to teach me how to do it properly, man. And let's bring back RK Bro, okay, Randy? So Riddle is so pathetic that you can hit him with your finishing move, and he'll come back the next week and be like, we're still friends, we're still cool, right? You can do whatever you want to Riddle. Kick him in his balls, punch him in his face, do whatever you want to him, RKO him after every match you have. He will keep crawling back because he is that pathetic. What we learned tonight is that Matt Riddle is absolutely pathetic. Not only did he allow Randy to hit him with the RKO last week, but later on, when AJ Styles and Omos show up and he cut a promo, AJ called Riddle a turd, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, that was good.
And then AJ defeats Riddle, okay? Randy leaves during the match. He's like, I don't want to be in your corner, Riddle. I don't care about you. I am leaving. He leaves Riddle alone. Not only does he RKO him last week, Riddle's forgiven him. This week, he has an opportunity to maybe help out and redeem himself with Riddle. Randy's like, I don't care about Riddle. Walks away from the match. AJ Styles winds up winning because Riddle was up on the top rope about to do one of his flippy moves, his finisher, and then Omos kind of distracted him, and Riddle hesitated, and AJ hit a really nice Styles clash, 1, 2, 3. So the 2-on-1 advantage helped Riddle in this situation. Randy was nowhere to be seen. So Randy not only will hit you with his finisher, but he will also not back you up when you are asking him to do so after you have forgiven him for hitting you with his finisher.
So she keep trying.
Who should keep trying?
Riddle should keep trying to be Randy's friend.
Well, at this point, you think you would forget. Like, you would forget about it. Say, And then backstage, Riddle's just, like, sad. Riddle, what's going on? Oh, I'm sad. Randy didn't come help me, and now I lost, and there's no RKO, bro. RKO, bro? Whatever it's called, right?
Yeah, I think Riddle said the 3 most dominant letters in the English language are RK, bro. 3 most dominant letters.
Yes, RK, bro. Bro is now a letter. Angelo dropping a super chat. Angelo Contagonis, thank you, Angelo. He says at least RK Bro became reality. I mean, yes, it did. Yes, it did. Thank you, Franco. Thank you, Harold. Thank you for re-upping your membership and sponsoring over at donate.ringsidereport.net and re-upping your membership here on the Ringside Report Network. We do appreciate you, all the members and the super chatters. Angelo, happy about RK Bro becoming a reality. It did eventually come to pass.
Yeah.
Randy Orton versus Omos later in the night. After Riddle loses his match to AJ, Randy wins by disqualification when AJ Styles attacks Randy. Not much of a match here between Randy and Omos. They did very little.
Some stiff slams and clubs from Omos.
Yes, the body slam was nice from Omos, and then the club to the back looked pretty damn stiff from Omos.
Easy.
He didn't do too much. It did sound like when Randy was being picked up for the slam that he was telling Omos, easy, 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 like, don't kill me here.
And then the commentary right afterwards using the word easy like 5 times in 10 seconds.
Like they were covering for him?
Omos with an easy slam. Easily hitting Randy easy.
It was weird, right?
It was very strange.
So, AJ and Omos are beating up on Randy Orton after the match. Randy wins by disqualification. Riddle comes and makes the save. So, he RKO'd you last week. He left you hanging earlier tonight in your match when you lost to AJ Styles and Omos interfered. And here you're like, hey, bro, I don't care. I love Randy so much. And Randy cares very little for you, Riddle. Okay? So Riddle's kind of a pathetic character that you were rooting for at one point. And now it's kind of like, you're such a loser, man. I don't know. It's hard to root for you. You're not relatable. You're pathetic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, his whole sense of, like, worth has been ground down.
Yeah. He's a bum. Like, Randy can slap him around because, like, who cares? He's got no self-esteem.
How are we supposed to cheer for that? How are we supposed to, like, relate to that?
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard to cheer for, like, and you saw when RK Bro finally did kind of come together, the crowd was like, yeah, okay. Because we've lost a lot of faith in Riddle. Like, Riddle was a guy we wanted to see succeed, but Riddle's been beaten down. Like, not only did Riddle take an RKO last week, not only did Randy leave him alone, but Randy had left him alone for months on end.
Yeah.
Right? And the last time we saw Randy, he was gonna be in a last chance qualifier for Money in the Bank against AJ Styles and Drew, I think. Right? And Riddle took Randy's place because Randy was, for some reason, not there, and he then disappeared for like a couple of months, right? Randy had disappeared, and Riddle the whole time was kind of, carrying the torch for Randy. He tried to win this second chance qualifying match for Randy so that Randy could be in Money in the Bank. Riddle had already qualified. Riddle was just trying to get Randy to qualify in Money in the Bank. He was doing all these nice things for Randy while Randy had just disappeared, fucked off for however long, and for whatever reason, he comes back, and then he RKO's Riddle. No thank you for trying to get me in Money in the Bank. No thank you for, hitting RKOs and reminding people about me while I'm gone for whatever reason. Nothing. Just like, RKO, fuck you. Yeah. RKO, yeah, whatever, you're a loser.
And the fans are going to cheer for it because they love Randy. They love the RKO. So regardless of the context, they're not going to be like, oh, Randy, you shouldn't RKO him.
You have to cheer, but you don't cheer that hard because you don't love Riddle. The Riddle admiration is kind of dwindling because he's such a pathetic character.
For Randy.
And he's just Randy's little bitch.
And Randy's probably going to come out on top of this,
Yeah.
And Riddle will just be kind of, stuck. He was probably one of the favorites to win Money in the Bank, and now Yeah. It's that the Randy's kind of sandbagging him.
Yeah, like you think about before, you thought that this RK Bro thing was going to elevate Riddle. It seems to have
Randy
ruined
doesn't
him.
elevate.
Riddle had so much momentum at one point in time.
Randy's got a terrible track record.
He was one of the hottest guys on Raw, having great matches, just like, and going into Money in the Bank, you're like, yes, favorite, could win. Big E won, which is fine, but like Riddle
Totally
had that
possible.
type of momentum in June, and we're now in August, and it seems like he's lost all of it. And then the only win he could possibly get out of this whole situation is what? A match with Randy where he beats him again? That's where this whole fucking feud started, with Riddle beating Randy. And you notice there when, Riddle makes a save for Randy and they run off AJ and Omos, Randy cuts a post-match promo and he says, respect is earned. And even though
Randy knows this,
I respected you in the past, it doesn't mean I respect you today. What did Riddle do to make you lose respect for him? Did he not win Money in the Bank? I don't understand how you lost respect for Riddle, So I think Randy was kind of alluding to the fact that, like, yes, at one point he did respect Riddle because Riddle beat him, so that's why they teamed up, and that's why, there was respect there. But for some reason, Randy went on vacation, comes back, has no more respect for Riddle. It's completely ridiculous. But then, you've earned my respect now, kid. RK Bro is back. And then they shake hands and Randy hugs him. And then Riddle goes, Randy, you make me so happy. Like a little bitch. Like he's in love with Randy. It's pathetic.
Yeah, just
Riddle's
a pathetic friend,
pathetic.
He's just Randy's pathetic friend.
Yes.
Like
He's
the
a loser.
nerd that hangs out with the bully and says, good one, man, every time the bully says something.
He's like the guy running behind Nelson in Simpsons. What's the guy's name? The nerd guy. Who's like, when him and Nelson are friends?
Oh,
Martin.
Martin. Yeah. I mean,
When him and he's like running behind Nelson.
And Nelson's just like, eh.
That's Riddle. Riddle's Nelson, Martin, that little nerd in The Simpsons, and Randy's Nelson. Randy could slap Martin around anytime he wants, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. What's Martin gonna do about it? What's Riddle gonna do about it? Nothing, because he's a little bitch for Nelson, who's Randy.
Ha ha.
Fucking pathetic.
I see Randy doing that.
It's pathetic, man. It's really pathetic. And the fact that this is how we get to this match, AJ Styles and Omos versus Team RK Bro at SummerSlam, I hope this doesn't last. I hope that they turn on each other at SummerSlam, RK Bro. I want this to break up. Honestly,
Riddle's got to turn. Riddle's got to beat up Randy.
I wanted Riddle to come out, chase off AJ and Omos, and then deliver a vicious beatdown on Randy tonight. That would have been shocking. That would have been fun to see. And then you do a double turn. Fans are already behind Randy. Have Riddle come out and beat the shit out of Randy and say, you know what, Randy? Fuck you, man. You were on vacation for 2 months. I tried to keep this thing together. You come back, you RKO me. You fucking don't even stay around for my tag team match. Fuck you, Randy. I'm going to kick your ass right now. And then he does. Just beats the shit out of him. And then SummerSlam, they wrestle. Like, it's pretty fucking simple. And then you maintain Randy as a strong babyface character that people love, which seems like what you're trying to do is make Randy a babyface, because even though he did heel as shit last week, this week he's still Riddle's best friend and going up against the heel tag team champions. So obviously they want Randy to be a babyface. They've just made Riddle a shitty babyface next to Randy.
Yeah.
And you should be elevating Riddle to the next fucking level, because Randy's already there and older, and Riddle should be the next fucking one to get that push, but they're not doing it because of the WWE. They do everything backwards, and they book Bill Goldberg in their main events because they're fucking stupid. They're out to lunch.
Oh, God.
Fucking joke. It's a fucking joke the way they booked Riddle, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's really bad. They do a complete disservice to the guy, and they wonder why nobody wants to work for their fucking company. They wonder why Phil Brooks fucking walked away from the wrestling business, and he's going to debut for AEW on Friday, the night before SummerSlam, in a packed fucking arena in Chicago.
Steal that thunder.
They wonder why this shit is happening to them. Stupid.
Don't they want Goldberg, pal?
Pathetic.
And his son, Gage.
Fuck Gage, too. Gage. No one wants to see Gage.
And his football friends.
And his whole football friends, the whole team in the front row. And they're like, yeah, get him, Gage. You fucking... Oh, my God. So that was another thing. That was a close of Raw. Garbage, bullshit, fucking Goldberg, old fucking piece of shit, hairy back motherfucker, gonna concuss himself before the fucking match again. Fucking orangutan.
Oh, he's definitely gonna to get himself hyped up for that crowd.
Fucking oaf.
He's gonna smash his head open.
Looks like a fucking caveman.
Yeah, looks like a drunk guy at a football game that just won't shut up.
Looks like a
and then just starts to pick a fight in the audience and just ruins the day for everybody.
He's like a slightly shaved, bald Geico commercial, this motherfucker. Fucking
Geico commercial.
You know, the caveman guys.
Oh, the caveman guys. Oh, that's old school.
Oh, they're not there anymore?
They used to have a sitcom.
Anyways, he looks like a fucking... he's terrible. So he cuts a promo about SummerSlam, and then he's like, you know, last week... Lashley and MVP cut a promo, and I'm like, cut a promo? Are we saying these words now on TV? Or fuck it. And you brought my son into this, and there's Gage Goldberg, and I'm gonna show you, Gage Goldberg, what Dad's all about.
Awful. They already did this storyline, like, for his son.
You know what Dad is, Gage Goldberg? A wannabe tough guy, pretend motherfucker who can't wrestle for shit, who's stealing the fucking spotlight way longer than he should be. Trying to make you the next Dominic Mysterio, probably. Fucking ridiculous. Goldberg says his son's the reason he came out of retirement. Well, maybe his son should tell him to fucking retire already. Hopefully Bobby Lashley beats the shit out of him for real. I want this fucking work to turn into a shoot on Saturday night and Bobby Lashley to lay a vicious beatdown on old Billy Goldberg and let him know where he really stands in the world of tough guys. Let Bobby Lashley show him what it's like to take a fucking beating. Humble this douchebag. Fucking Goldberg. Bobby Lashley and MVP come out. MVP tells Goldberg he knows he's outmatched in this one, and Bobby tells Goldberg he's going to end his career, and goddamn, I've seen so many guys, Brock Lesnar, so many fucking guys in recent memory say they're going to end Goldberg's career. I just want somebody to do it already.
No, come on.
Put him in there with Omos in a fucking hardcore match and give him 25 minutes. See if that doesn't end Goldberg's career.
Bring back Ryback. Make him work Goldberg.
Fuck that. Omos would be great. Omos would fucking end him. Tell Goldberg he's got to take a powerbomb from Omos. 3 of them. See how that fucking works.
I'll owe you one, pal.
Jesus. Let Goldberg in the ring with Nia Jax. She'll fucking end him. Goldberg tells Bobby Lashley that's bullshit.
Oh.
They censored it, though. And then Bob goes after Bill. Bill spears Bob. And then
Billy Bob.
Bill poses with Gage.
Yeah.
And that's how the show ended.
That's the hype to hype you up for SummerSlam.
Yeah, Doug Hepburn says my Goldberg impression might be the worst, but he's still very amusing.
Goldberg's impression. I mean, how do you do a Goldberg?
I don't know.
It's just a raspy voice.
Yeah, I'm Bill Goldberg.
Like a Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, I mean, it's not how he really sounds. I'm just making fun of the big, stupid fucking guy. Oh, he sucks so much. He's just terrible.
Worst.
He's always been a terrible wrestler. He's never been good. He's always been this overpaid ex-football goof. I have no idea why the WWE continues to bring this guy in. He's terrible. His match with Bobby will be short and terrible. If it's anything past 3 minutes, it will be really bad.
It's going to go to Spears right away.
I hope Bobby wins, but
it's hard to tell.
With Goldberg, they give it to him because, they keep going back to him. Vince loves Goldberg for some reason. He's a throwback to an era that Vince loves. Big, muscled guys that can't work for shit. Vince loves that. That's why they keep going back to old Billy Goldberg.
And he's all they got left of that era.
Goddamn, he's trash.
Everyone else is retired or dead.
So, I mean, they might give the belt to him. I don't think they will. I think Bobby will probably beat him, but who fucking knows?
Yeah, Goldberg could carry it till Survivor Series.
Holy shit, bite your tongue. That's November, man.
I'm just saying.
I know.
They're going to Saudi Arabia.
It could happen.
Goldberg's a big attraction for Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. I think rematch Saudi Arabia.
But Goldberg is champion?
Maybe.
Bobby wins it back maybe in Saudi Arabia?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Or somebody else wins it in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Or Big E cashes in on Goldberg in Saudi Arabia or something. Or Like, I could see Goldberg winning on Saturday night. I really could.
It sucks.
It really sucks.
Like, I'm dreading it.
But it's not like Bobby Lashley's been lighting the world on fire as WWE champion.
No, but I respect him more.
No, me too.
It's
he's actually a pro wrestler.
Like, if Goldberg was wrestling Jinder Mahal, I'd be like, let's go, Jinder.
Yeah.
Get him, Jinder.
Bobby is everything that Goldberg pretends to be.
Yeah.
Bobby's a guy with a legitimate MMA background. He's actually had professional fights that you could see and see Bobby win. Goldberg acts like he's had professional fights, but find me his record. Go to Tapology and type in Bill Goldberg. You'll find jack shit because he's pretend. Goldberg's never fought anybody. Goldberg's just a fucking overblown tough guy.
Didn't Jericho take him backstage once?
Yeah. Jericho put him in a front headlock and almost choked him unconscious.
Yeah.
Goldberg can't fight for shit.
And that was like at peak Goldberg, like 1997 Goldberg.
Goldberg is a joke. I don't believe in Bill Goldberg at all. I know he's got like some kickboxing. I mean, he's hit some pads. He hit pads hard because he's big.
And he paid like $3,000 an hour for someone to say, hey, Bill, you're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's done some sparring. Maybe he's like a bit of a Muay Thai guy in the gym. I don't know. Maybe he's a decent kickboxer. But is he as tough as he pretends to be? Fuck no. Fuck no.
And it's all for about like him trying to impress his son.
It's
which
his ego.
He's already tried to do with storylines.
No, it's not about his son. His son is what he uses as an excuse. It's about the world. He wants to show that he's like super impressive and he's got this massive ego. I don't know if you noticed, but when MVP was talking up Bobby Lashley, he's like, you finally found a man who's more explosive than you, who's more powerful than you. Goldberg's like mouthing. He goes, no fucking chance. And he believes that.
He's a mark for himself.
He believes that. He believes, like, if he fought in UFC, he would fucking win.
Yeah.
He believes that shit. He's like, he's a legend in his own mind. And you know what? Enough people have fed into it over the years with this whole Goldberg persona. It's hard to blame him for believing it because people like Vince McMahon pay him all sorts of money to come out and pretend to be the tough guy.
Goldberg's the kind of guy who watches UFC, and when a guy wins, he goes, yeah, I knew he'd win because he'd do everything I would do in a fight.
Yeah. I see Franco 316 says Dave versus Goldberg. Make it happen. I mean, I would not want to fight Bill Goldberg because the guy probably outweighs me by a good 100 pounds. I mean, maybe not 100, but at least 80 to 90. Like, he's a very big guy. He's much bigger than I am. He's older. He definitely is, like, older than me by about 20 years. So,
Well, what kind of fight are we talking about? Are we talking about punching? Are we talking jiu-jitsu?
if it's a grappling match, like, yeah, I think I would have a chance against him, but I would still probably lose because he's so fucking big. It's like, see, I'm not one of these guys who's going to pretend that I could beat up every man on the planet. Could I beat up a lot of guys? Yes. Could I beat up everybody? No. Certainly not. Especially gigantic guys like Bill Goldberg. It might be tough. But I don't have a stupid ego like Bill Goldberg because you know what? I've been beaten, right? I've been in the gym. I've had these exchanges with people, and I've come out on the winning end, but I've come out on the losing end. And when you come out on the losing end, you realize that you got to be humble and you got to check your ego at the fucking door.
Mm-hmm.
Goldberg acts like a guy who's never been humbled. And if you never lose, you can never call yourself a true winner. Ask any world champion how many times they've been tapped out or beat up in the gym. You know, Goldberg is one of these guys who, like, wants to win in the gym all the time. It's not that impressive, you know? Like, okay, I wouldn't, you know, Goldberg's, you know, bigger than me. He'd probably beat me. But put Goldberg against, like, a shitty UFC fight. Or, like, put Goldberg against, like, a shitty, low-level MMA fighter that you've never heard of. Like a heavyweight, some guy that's his size that you've never heard of. Goldberg will lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, someone like a guy similar to Goldberg's weight, but who could slap on a triangle choke.
Yeah.
Goldberg's done.
Angelo says Goldberg is 54 years old. Like, he's almost 20 years older than me at this point, and I'm a dad. I'm like an old dad. You know, like, I'm getting older. Wrestlers shouldn't be 20 years older than me at this point. They should be my age, maybe 10 years older than me, max. You know what I mean? 10, 15, I would stretch, but, like, not 30, like Sting or something, you know?
Yeah,
like, it's
crazy.
Like, what's going on?
What Ric Flair will do.
You're like twice my age, Sting. Why are you still wrestling? It's ridiculous. And Angelo wants to know why he can't just step away from the ring and retire.
Goldberg?
Because WWE offers him money. If WWE offered you a bunch of money to wrestle for 3 minutes against Bobby Lashley and possibly win, you would take it too.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's easy money. Why wouldn't he take it? I don't blame Bill Goldberg for being a shitty wrestler. I blame Bill Goldberg for kicking Bret Hart in the head and ending his career, and I think it really sucks that this fucking garbage wrestler is still in the ring collecting big checks when Bret Hart can't wrestle anymore. I think that's fucked up that Bret's career was cut short and this motherfucker is still going. That's pathetic to me.
Of all the guys.
But it's just money. You know, I blame Vince and the WWE for going back to this shitty well.
And you see all the stuff they complain about budget cuts and all the releases, and this is where the money goes.
Yeah. You didn't have money for Tyler Breeze or the fucking Singh brothers or whoever the fuck, but you got money for Goldberg and Eva Marie and all this bullshit. Speaking of the Singh brothers, there was a highlight on Raw. The highlight of Raw was something you may have missed.
Yeah. Blink and you'll miss it.
Yes. So John Morrison and The Miz are backstage. I guess we got to go through the Morrison-Miz stuff. Whatever.
Saga.
Let's cut to New Day. We'll get to Morrison and Miz in a minute. New Day, Kofi and Woods are they did nothing on the show tonight, by the way, which is weird. Like, why aren't they involved?
Yeah, Kofi just turned 40. Happy birthday, Kofi.
Yeah, Kofi's not much older than me. God bless Kofi. You can still go for as long as you want, you know? Kofi is a guy who can go till 55, and I have no problem with it because he's paid his dues and he's a great pro wrestler.
He's lost.
He didn't end the career of the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. You know, so you fucking end Bret Hart's career. I'm gonna hold a grudge, and it's never gonna go away. If Bret holds a grudge, I'm holding a grudge. If Bret thinks you're a shitty wrestler, I think you're a shitty wrestler. That's just how it goes. If Bret don't like you, I don't like you either. Shawn Michaels. Anyways.
Boy toy.
Fucking boy toy, you little bastard. Anyways, so New Day are backstage, and they're just kind of hanging behind Miz and Morrison as Miz and Morrison talk to each other. So you just see them kind of behind, like, and then Kofi has a sign that says, buy our shirt, and they're kind of holding a New Day shirt, and that was it. But Xavier Woods is wearing a shirt that I recognized, and I'm going to see if you may recognize it as well. It is this shirt right here. Can I show this to you? Is this going to work? This might not work. Hold on. Hey, it worked.
Oh.
See this shirt right here? Butter Chicken Forever. This is a Bollywood Boys shirt. This is a shirt that's available not on WWE Shop, but on Pro Wrestling Tees. And this is a shirt made by the Bollywood Boys, recently released. Whoops, there's Johnny.
Hey.
Johnny's not here.
Oh.
There's just us. So that Butter Chicken shirt, right? Butter Chicken Forever is a Bollywood Boys. Those guys, the Singh brothers, they used to be Ginger's guys. They got released. They were on 205 Live, right? So those guys, Woods was wearing their shirt, recently released wrestlers. And if you'll remember a few weeks ago on Dynamite, Carl Anderson was also wearing the same Butter Chicken shirt. I was very interested to see Xavier Woods wearing that shirt. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's that Bollywood Boy shirt. That's that Butter Chicken shirt. This is the shirt Xavier Woods was wearing today.
Pretty gutsy. Wearing a unofficial shirt.
Takes balls.
You know, like sometimes, you know, you see like they'll wear like t-shirts of bands or something, but like of another wrestler, like that's not even with the company.
You know what's funny is that I heard it was on BTE, I think. Was it on BTE? With the Bucks, and they're recording Talking Shop, right?
Gals and Anderson, yeah.
And they're talking about that pre-tape promo that they did where
with the ball?
With the ball. That Tony Khan says was the greatest pre-tape of all time, and I'm like, you guys are marks for yourselves. It was not. It was forgettable, to be honest. Anyways, I don't want to bury the Bucks here, but I mean,
we digress.
Yeah. So Carl Anderson is wearing the Butter Chicken shirt in that pre-tape, and he's saying, and they're like, yeah, in WWE, we'd have never been able to do that pre-tape because it would have been rewritten, and somebody would have said, oh, what's that shirt you're wearing? Take that shirt off, get a different shirt, right? Which is funny because Anderson was like, I never would have been allowed to wear that Butter Chicken shirt in WWE. And then a week later on Raw, there's Xavier Woods wearing the shirt that Anderson said he would never get away with wearing on Raw. So I don't know if they caught that and that's why they did it, or I don't know, but I found it really interesting that Anderson wore that shirt a few weeks ago. It's the shirt of guys that were released. And also Anderson just said on his podcast, like, oh, WWE would have never let us wear that shirt on TV. And lo and behold, here's Woods wearing that shirt on TV. So I guess maybe they wouldn't let you do it, Anderson, but they let Xavier Woods do it. Maybe it was a message from Woods. Like maybe he'll take a screen cap and send it to Anderson and be like, haha, they let me do it, or they didn't catch me, or I don't know. But that was my highlight of Raw.
Yeah, and like you wonder, do you think like there could be repercussions from that? Like, do you think someone in the front office will get ear of that and like?
I don't think so. Woods is too. He's too big.
Yeah, he's their TV guy.
He's too big to fail.
Yeah. And like that's the thing, and that's an interesting thing. You know, a lot of the wrestlers who feel very comfortable in their spot in the company. You know, Charlotte going to Triple Mania.
Yeah.
Cena posting Instagram pictures about CM Punk or talking about Dean Ambrose or whatever.
Yeah.
These are the people that just feel really comfortable in their spot.
Yeah.
And they feel they can take more creative liberties, and it makes a better product.
Well, yeah, the people that are comfortable in their spot that know that they like, you know. That's the problem. Like a lot of people in WWE feel like at any moment they're going to get fired, so they don't take any chances. The people that feel like they can't get fired because they have too much stroke or they're too important, they do take chances, and it provides much better entertainment. That's just how it works.
Takes guts, though.
Yeah, I mean, not for Cena. Not for Woods, really. What are they going to do to him for wearing that shirt? He's already not on TV. I mean, did you see the spot he was in tonight? Yeah. He's already doing nothing. Fuck it, wear the shirt. What are they going to do? Fire you? Take your whole fucking up, down to AEW. See how they like that.
Or, well, he'll probably have to change the name, but yeah.
Or whatever. Harold Schneider drops a super chat. He says, I want any Hart family member to get their revenge, but they have class. Most certainly do. I would love Harry Smith in the ring there with Goldberg. I think Doug Hepburn dropped that. That would be great revenge. I would love that. Doug Hepburn says he knew he saw that shirt before. Nice work. Yeah, nice detective work. That's what we do here on the Raw Post Show, giving you insight and detective work that no other show will give you in the world. John Morrison hosted Moist TV, his own show. Miz was the guest. Morrison asking Miz if he was faking his injury, because last week Miz got out of his wheelchair and ran away from Damian Priest. Damian Priest shows up and he's like, I like Moist TV better than Miz TV, and Miz gets all mad. And then Priest pushes Miz into a kiddie pool that Morrison had set up because, you know, Moist TV, water, kiddie pool, part of the set.
Creative. So
then, you know, Damian Priest trying to drive a wedge between Miz and Morrison, saying, like, Miz wasn't there for you, Morrison. He was pretending to be hurt while you were wheeling him around on the wheelchair and doing all the matches and doing all the dirty work. He was using you, John Morrison. And Morrison was kind of like, yeah, maybe he was, you know? Morrison was kind of like, wait a second.
He's right.
Yeah. So then it's Damian Priest versus Miz in a match. Miz winds up losing. Priest hits a brogue kick. So Miz went to go for the drip stick to spray Damian Priest, but Morrison refused to give it to him and walked away from the Miz in anger. And then Damian Priest then hit the kick on Miz and pinned Miz. He hits the brogue kick because Sheamus was on commentary, and Sheamus and Priest will be wrestling for the U.S. title at SummerSlam. Sheamus cut a little promo on Damian Priest after the match. They're going to wrestle for the U.S. title at SummerSlam. I could see Damian Priest taking it, quite frankly. I could see Sheamus holding on to it. I think the match will be good, though, because Sheamus is excellent.
Probably be like the second match on the card.
If it even makes the main show.
It's a big card.
Like SummerSlam. It's a lot, right? They added a couple matches tonight, right? They added
Priest and Sheamus.
No, I think that was official already. They added the Eva Marie versus Alexa Bliss and the AJ Styles and Omos versus RK Bro.
That's true.
They added 2 matches tonight. So it will be AJ Styles and Omos defending the Raw Tag titles against RK Bro. Sheamus defending the U.S. title against Damian Priest. Miz and Morrison seem to kind of patch up their differences in that little backstage deal. I guess they're together, but they'll probably break up. They'll break up at some point, you know.
They always do.
I just hope John Morrison survives. You know, most of the guys that leave Miz's side wind up future endeavored pretty soon after. Alex Riley, Damian Sandow. That's about it.
Yeah.
Didn't he have Curtis Axel with him for a while, too?
Axel and Bo.
Both fired.
Yeah.
No one with Miz ever survives.
It's a curse.
It is. It's the curse of the Miz. If you're the Miz's sidekick, you will not last in WWE. That's 4 guys.
There might
Alex
be more.
Riley, Damian Sandow, Curtis Axel, and
Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas. The Bo Lever. People asking about the Sasha Banks Bianca Belair thing.
Yeah, what's happening there?
I don't know. You're going to have to wait
Still
and
advertised.
see. Still advertised, but I think they're going to have to wait and see for SmackDown what happens. They were pulled from a house show over the weekend. They said due to unforeseen circumstances. I don't know what that means. It sounds like COVID, but I don't know.
Yeah, because if it was an injury, they'd say it was an injury. If it was like non-COVID related, if like someone injured their leg or something, they would say, "Oh, she hurt her leg.
Yeah,
she's gonna forfeit the title or whatever."
If it was an injury, they would say, but the fact that they didn't say, it feels like maybe COVID, and they're waiting for maybe they can get a negative test and everything could be all right. But like
due to Sasha's kind of negative reputation about COVID and vaccines on the internet, it leads to a lot of speculation. There's
rumors.
One after the other.
Yeah.
No, it's verified that Sasha liked some posts by some controversial figures in the Florida area.
Yeah.
And
Sasha has definitely.
And then all of a sudden her match is, MIA.
I don't know.
But at least it's speculation.
Doug Hepburn said some people are saying a pregnancy. Well, it's just possible as well.
That is also possible.
My God. It would make sense for Bianca Belair to be pregnant at this point.
Sasha, too? Her husband's on the road with them.
It's
he does costumes.
It's possible, but just like the way they're pushing Bianca Belair is very similar to the way they were pushing Becky Lynch when she got pregnant. Very similar to how hard they started pushing Lacey Evans when she got pregnant. Like, they start pushing you really hard, you get pregnant.
What's up with that?
I would say it's Bianca. If I had to bet anybody's pregnant, I'd say Bianca, but I'm not going to speculate on anybody's pregnancy situation or health or anything like that.
Yeah, it's private matter.
I would just have to say that because they were pulled from the house show and we haven't seen them in the ring since, that it would be a wait-and-see approach for their match actually taking place on Saturday. I think SmackDown will be real interesting. You tune into SmackDown on Friday and you find out.
Do you think they try to come up with some kind of makeup match, like bring 2 wrestlers?
It depends who's in and who's out. Like if Bianca's say Bianca has COVID, they delay it. If Bianca's pregnant, then Sasha wrestles somebody else for the belt. I mean, you move on. If somebody's pregnant, you move on. If somebody's pregnant, you have a new match. It's Bianca versus Carmella
for
or whatever.
Belt.
Yeah.
You don't bring someone back like ahead of time or or debut somebody.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think you
Don't
go
make
too
it
crazy.
drastic.
Nah, there's no need.
Although if one of them is out for a while, I mean, pregnancy is fine, but if you're off the roster, the SmackDown's women's roster gets a little thinner. Natty's out too.
Yeah, they got a draft in October. They'll beef it up.
Gotta shake things up.
But yeah, the SmackDown women's roster is weak. They need Bayley hurt as well. Hurts.
Yeah,
hurts a lot.
That really hurts. Yeah, because she could have come in. She could be a replacement.
So we've got Alexa Bliss in the playground. Doudrop shows up and gets put in a trance by Lily. And that was pretty much it. Eva Marie got mad at Doudrop for not supporting her more or whatever. Slapped Doudrop twice in the face. That was all right. I liked seeing her slap her in the face.
First one looked pretty stiff.
Yeah. And it'll be Eva Marie versus Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam because we needed to see that.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Eva versus Alexa, AJ and Omos versus RK Bro, Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal, Veer Venus and Wanky Shanky are banned from ringside during this match at SummerSlam. It was Veer and Shanky versus Drew McIntyre tonight. Drew wins. Wanky Shanky takes a Claymore for the 1-2-3. Veer tried to get Drew's sword after the match, but got caught and suplexed. And then Drew cut a post-match promo saying, "What's that you're saying, Shanky? Oh, you're saying how badass and sexy I am." And I'm like, what? And you said he sounded like Fat Bastard from Austin Powers.
Exactly.
I'm so sexy.
I'm dead sexy.
It was weird.
Sexy man. And we're talking about Mike Myers movies recently and stuff. That's It's classic, and just but like it doesn't make me think like, oh yeah, like it's just weird hearing someone call themselves sexy, unless of course they're Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I mean that's okay, but Drew saying it was just weird. All his promos are weird. He always says something weird in his promo, and you're like,
last week was weird about the sword and his mom,
and how he could have been aborted, right?
And this Baron Corbin's problems are his own.
Yeah, and then this week he's like, I'm so sexy and badass.
Look at my sexy body.
Look at me. I'm Drew McIntyre. It was weird.
Yeah. Get in my belly.
So Drew and Jinder are going to wrestle at SummerSlam. Like, who gives a shit? Rhea Ripley wrestled Nikki A.S.H. and beat her after the Riptide. Just pinned her. That was it.
Yeah, kind of a squash.
I mean, it wasn't a squash. Not like Karrion Kross, who squashed Jeff Hardy. Yeah. Just obliterated him tonight, choked him out. It was like under 2 minutes.
He got a cheap shot in, though, backstage.
He did attack Jeff backstage before the match, but still, it was a total squash. 2-1 now in the series between Kross and Hardy. Kross told him that it was never going to be over, so I guess they'll keep wrestling. Jeff will probably win one at some point. Rhea beat Nikki A.S.H. via pinfall. Nikki then attacked Charlotte, who was on commentary after the match, tossed her into the ring to get attacked by Rhea a bit before Charlotte escaped. And then it was Charlotte and a mystery partner versus Rhea and Nikki A.S.H. later in the night. For some reason, Nikki and Rhea wrestled each other, and we had to see them again in a tag team match, playa. I don't know why. Charlotte and Nia Jax was Charlotte's mystery partner, which also
big surprise.
Why?
Because
she wrestled,
got cut up last week.
She wrestled Rhea last week, right? And it was good. So,
Yeah. In case you thought she was injured, she's not. And they show Shayna watching TV and like shuffling cards. It's like
because she's the queen of spades.
Yeah.
So she has a literal card deck.
She's pretty good at shuffling though.
All right. That's what her gimmick is. Maybe she start throwing them at people.
Yeah. You want to play 21?
Charlotte and Nia Jax wind up winning. Charlotte just running roughshod over everybody. But I guess it made sense because Rhea and Nikki had already wrestled. Charlotte tags herself in when Nia was on like the top rope. Runs to the other side of the ring. Kicks Nikki off the apron with a big boot.
I like that.
Hits natural selection on Rhea Ripley. 1, 2, 3. Just takes everybody out. Stands tall. The queen. Charlotte also making a good point when she was on commentary earlier. Nikki calls herself almost a superhero. Who calls himself almost anything? Charlotte's like, I'm not almost a queen. I am the queen. I'm not almost a champion. I am a champion. Like, who's going to call themselves almost to anything? And it's like, yeah, it's hard to root for somebody who's calling themselves almost a superhero. It's like, what? Even calling yourself a superhero is weird, but almost a superhero is even worse. I guess.
I like that gimmick.
Yeah, this gimmick is not working.
No, it's not. Those promos, that promo is weak. They keep doing those promos at gorilla position with Nikki, and it just does not work. The material they give her, it's almost like it's on purpose. It's almost like they're trying to write like the most saccharine, cheesy promo to not get over as possible. And they think, ha ha ha, we'll give this to Nikki. And, she'll get upset that they're booing her because of the lousy promos we give her.
Maybe they're trying to turn her heel.
Or some kind of weird brass ring thing, like, we'll give you shitty promos. You go out there and make the crowd on your side again.
She's getting, like, no reaction when she comes out now. Because the crowd doesn't want to outright hate her because they do like her in the ring. And there is something endearing about Nikki Cross. But they hate these promos and they hate this gimmick. So when she comes out, it's not a big reaction. It's just kind of like standing there like, we don't know how to react to you because we kind of like you, but we also kind of hate you. And I think the kind of hate is going to win out at some point, and she's going to start getting big boos. That's going to come at some point, and I think it's starting to come already. You started to hear a bit of them tonight. Apparently at a house show, she got booed big time, so I don't know if this is going to work here with Nikki A.S.H. I mean, I know it's not because it's been terrible so far. Reginald in a park talking about his childhood. R-Truth and Akira Tozawa tried to attack him and take the 24/7 title, but he flipped and flew away and drove away, and that was it.
He flew away. That's one of his tricks. He just went like this.
Reginald,
it's It's quite a talent.
Fucking weak, man. It's just a lot of weak shit on Raw tonight. What was good?
There's another Elias promo.
Yeah, Elias is dead.
Vignette, yeah. What was good?
Mansoor,
I guess AJ and Riddle was okay as a match.
I think that was the best match for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. AJ and Riddle was by far the best match. There was nothing else that really compared. Nothing.
No.
Not even close. AJ and Riddle was by far the best match, and even that was like, okay. It wasn't superb.
The distraction finish wasn't great.
Yeah. It wasn't that good.
The way he transitioned into the Styles Clash was nice, but that's AJ Styles.
That was really nice. The finish was really nice. The Styles Clash off the top rope, like getting him there and finishing it the way he did was really nice. The rest of the, I mean, they had some nice, it was the best match of the card, for sure. But it wasn't like a mind-blowing match.
Yeah, it didn't stand out.
And other than that, like nothing really happened tonight. Mansoor beat Mace via pinfall after Mustafa Ali interfered and helped Mansoor a bit. That was it.
Yeah.
That's all that happened on Raw. Like, nothing happened tonight.
For the go-home show.
Pretty uneventful. Angelo, once again, is our Super Chat leader. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment as well.
We have time for...
Helps the algorithm. What do you want to do?
I have another movie review.
What?
I saw Suicide Squad with John Cena.
All right, if you want to get your final Super Chats in, if somebody wants to beat Angelo or whatever...
You know.
Final time to become the Super Chat leader. We're wrapping up. We're going to do another movie review. You see all the movies.
I do. I've been trying to go back to the movies as often as possible since we've been allowed again. It's something I missed a lot during the pandemic.
All right.
Yeah, I got my cheapy Tuesday. So last week, I saw Suicide Squad.
Doug Hepburn dropping the Super Chat. He says, almost Super Chat winner. And he is now the Super Chat leader of the night. Thank you, Doug. Suicide Squad with John Cena.
John Cena, Idris Elba.
Stringer Bell.
That's right. The voice of Sylvester Stallone is in there.
Hey.
It's a big movie.
Big cast, yeah.
Big cast. Ultra violent.
Okay.
Cena. A lot of like language. Well done though. Like it's a good like subversion of like what you think superhero movies are kind of gonna be. Like they're criminals who are chosen to like do stuff for like the U.S. government, but if they like stray from the mission, there's like a chip implanted in their neck that'll explode their heads.
Oh, so if they're bad, if they do bad, they'll get
if they do
decapitated.
Not bad, that's not the mission.
All right.
Yeah, and like Cena's one of them, and he's like a guy. He's kind of like a more like hyper. John Cena character. He's a guy who's like, I want peace, and I don't care how many children I have to kill to get it. Like that's one of his lines.
Okay,
and
I don't get it.
Yeah.
What's happening to the world that they have to do?
There's
shit?
like some like South American country that the America wants to like take over. Like the U.S. government wants to like do a coup in, and like they're sending these people in to like stop a coup from happening or something. And then, like...
who is sending the people?
The government's sending in, like, John Cena and people...
To stop a coup.
To stop a coup in a U.S., in, like, a South American country. You know, kind of, like, going on those kind of politics, you know, from, like, the 80s and stuff.
Okay. Thank you, Harold Schneider, dropping the Super Chat.
And then, like, they discover that, like, the... should I go into spoilers?
No, don't spoil it. Just,
okay,
like,
well, they discover some things, and, like, Cena does some stuff, and, like, there's a lot of, like, violence and, like, humor and stuff, and, like, you know, it's very stylish. You know.
Angelo dropping a Super Chat, coming on back. Did he take the lead back?
But it was okay. Like, I'd say it's, like, a solid, like, 6 on 10 kind of movie. Like,
he did.
Fun to watch in an afternoon, you know.
6 on 10?
Yeah.
Oh, so not that great.
But not bad.
But not bad.
But not bad. I've seen a lot worse.
I have no interest in that. You know me in superhero movies. I fucking hate them. I think they're all...
Yeah, I don't think you like this.
I would not.
It's not even like that. Like, they're supposed to be bad guys. Like, they do bad things and things, but, like, they still actually kind of wind up doing heroic things at the end.
All these movies wind up just so corny to me. They're always so corny, and, like, you know where it's going, and it's just like, all right. Can we just get to the end already?
They try to subvert a couple things in that, but
you know where it's going. Like, they try to, like, trick you along the way, but it's so fucking obvious. I hate superhero movies. I hate them. Like, I cannot stand them at all. I have no inclination to watch anything like that. No. Any kind of superhero movie if there's a fucking superhero in it. And that's like most movies these days. I don't want to watch
They're the only ones that
any
make
of
money.
them. I'm not interested in any of those fucking movies.
It's
That's why I
true.
watch TV. I don't watch fucking superhero movies because I think they're boring.
There's superhero TV shows now too.
I wouldn't watch that shit either. I watch like, documentaries or good series. Like I loved White Lotus. I thought that was fantastic. Exactly. Fantastic. Anyways, that show was great. Watch that shit. That was great. Like that documentary on Malice at the Palace. I watched that. I like shit like that. I like stuff that's real, that could be real. I don't like stuff that's too make-believe. I don't like that science fiction. I don't like that superheroes. There's no superheroes in real life. There's no science fiction. There's no aliens that are crashing on Earth or whatever the fuck. Star Wars is bullshit. It's not real. It's nonsense. Fuck out of here. I'm not interested in shit that's like based in such... Like, there's no reality at all. It's based in such fiction that I'm just like, I can't get into this. I don't like that shit. It's not for me. I get that a lot of people like that shit. Superhero movies are like the most popular movies. But honestly, like, I miss the days when movies were like, good. And like, it wasn't just fucking Action Man and Superman and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when movies were made, by filmmakers and it was like,
they still have that. It's just they're not the big movies. Like it used to be when like an auteur director came out with a movie, it might be like number 1 at the box office.
Yeah.
But now it's like number 12 and makes like $700,000 in its
so you
first
never hear
weekend.
about it. You never see it.
But it maybe gets awards and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
so you hear about it later. Yeah. Like I remember when like big movies used to be like movies. Like I remember
or just
when
Star Power would sell it like it was Leonardo DiCaprio in like some movie where he plays something. It wasn't he's playing a superhero.
I remember when these superhero movies, no one went to see that shit. New Batman would come out, people were like, "Who cares?"
Batman movies always drew.
Yeah, not always though. Not like, I don't know. There was other movies that like,
like there was some that like after Spider-Man came out, made a lot of money. They tried a lot. There was like Fantastic Four that was bad, and like Daredevil.
They never stopped though. Ever since that Spider-Man, it's just been nonstop barrage of these superhero movies.
A lot of big ones, and then the Batman movies that were all serious came out. People love those, and then the Avengers and stuff came out, and with the connected universe.
Yeah, all that shit.
Who
cares? This man has this power, and this guy has this power.
You got to remember, from this movie from 7 years ago, he said that. It's coming back to him now.
Oh, it's so corny.
There's a lot of, like, homework involved.
I hate that shit. I'm so not interested in that. Like, I can't. I don't.
Yeah, you never had an interest. I think the only time I've seen you watch a superhero movie that you liked was, like, the first X-Men movie. But that was like the first one. Like there wasn't like anything else.
I don't even remember liking that.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I don't remember liking it. I don't. I remember thinking, skip to the end.
Did you watch the Batmans with Michael Keaton?
Yeah, I didn't really like those. Do you remember the Batman? We was like the Dark Knight or something. We went to see.
Oh, the Heath Ledger.
And it was like that movie that everybody loved. And I remember at the end of the movie, I was like, that was the worst piece of shit I ever fucking seen. How are people liking this movie? I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it.
It's not that good.
I hate those movies.
You know what was good? I mean, it's not a movie, though, but the Batman animated series. That was good.
Yeah, all right, but that's like something else.
They made a movie of that, The Mask of the Phantasm. That was pretty fucking good.
Movies that I like, I don't know, what's the last movie that I watched that I liked? Like a movie?
Fairy? But that's like a TV show.
Well, that was a movie, though, Fairy. Ferry. Ferry. That was on Netflix. That was a movie that was badass. I like that shit. That was good.
I don't know. One of my favorite directors coming out with a movie later this year. The Paul Thomas Anderson.
I don't know.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
I like The Irishman. That shit was badass.
Yeah.
Well,
that's Scorsese.
That's
the thing. It's like a shrinking group of guys.
But that's what I'm saying. Those are the kinds of movies I like. Scorsese movies.
I saw The Green Knight last week. You might like that.
Compare Goodfellas to fucking Captain America. You know what I mean? It's totally different shit. Like when Scorsese was saying, like, those aren't... What did he say about those movies?
They're theme park rides.
He's right.
He is right.
They're not fucking movies. They're fucking merchandise opportunities.
They're video game cutscenes.
They're intellectual properties.
Yeah.
It's like a video game cutscene. I'd always skip through the fucking story in a video game because it's weak fucking storytelling and you know where it's going. Just let me play the game. Now these movies, it's all fucking cutscenes. Terrible.
Like a lot of these movies now, they have these like pre-visualized like action sequences made even before like casting decisions are made. So or like story decisions. So like before like some like they really settle down the script, the studio's like, well, we need this action scene where they're like flying through all this debris.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you fit that in somewhere.
Yeah. Because we've
been working on this for
ready.
like 6 years.
Yeah, it's like
and we're writing the script 2 years before like release.
I don't understand how
they make money.
Movies,
it's the only ones left,
has gone to this point. Like I don't know how we got here, but it sucks. I used to like going to see the movies, but there's nothing for me now. It's like, I'm like alienated from that culture because it's just not interesting. I can't remember the last time I saw a movie I was like, yes, I need to see this.
Was it Coen Brothers in theaters? Maybe. I feel like there was like a movie you saw in theaters that you were. I mean,
it's probably the last Trailer Park Boys movie. Don't legalize it. That was probably the last movie where I was like, I must see this.
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, because you're happy because like the time to wait before it comes home, like to homes, is so short now.
I watched that Heels.
Yeah, is that any good?
I watched the first
Stephen
episode.
Amell, right?
Yeah, he's like a local promoter, and his brother's a worker, and fucking what's his name from The Wire? He's also in The Deuce. You know what I'm talking about?
D'Angelo?
No. The guy from the ports, from the docks.
What's his
name?
The Frank Sabatka?
Frank Sabatka.
Oh, what's the actor's name?
It doesn't matter. Yeah. He's Frank Sabatka to me. Frank Sabatka plays.
I love me some Frank Sabatka.
Like an old brother wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Who's like he's made it big and now he's coming back to like scout talent. And it's Frank Sabatka, and he's like full brothered out. He looks like a slightly richer Jake the Snake. It's fantastic. He really. He's got like a handlebar thing. He's got long hair, but like no hair up top. Fantastic.
He sells it well.
Gimmick,
yeah.
Frank Sabatka in this show. He's really
probably
good.
Spend time with Jake the Snake.
I don't know, but like there are elements in this show where it's like, yes, this feels like professional wrestling.
Okay.
There's a lot of it that's like, oh, okay, and it's like, okay, I don't know if everybody would catch on to this, but there's like some real, like, if you're a wrestling fan, like there's some themes in this show you'd be like, okay, I see where they're going. There's a couple parts of the show you're like, all right, yeah, but overall I saw the first episode and I will keep watching this show. This is a show I will continue to watch and see where it goes. I know CM Punk's supposed to be on the show at some point. I haven't seen him yet. In the first episode, he's not there, so I'll keep watching at least to see Punk act and stuff.
Cody Rhodes, maybe.
But I am into Heels. I'm into it. I watched the first episode. It was all right. It's got some promise. See, it's a show based in reality. I can get behind that. You know what I mean? No superheroes in this fucking show. Nobody's gonna fly. Wrestlers. I can understand that. Angelo dropping a super chat. Thank you, Angelo. Harold Schneider dropping a super chat as well. Thank you, Harold. Angelo, you are the super chat leader of the night once again. Thank you, Angelo. Thank you to Angelo. Thank you to Brian Firth. Thank you to Harold Schneider. Thank you to Douglas Hepburn. Appreciate you guys dropping those super chats. Very much appreciated. You guys supporting the Ringside Report Network. Uh-oh. Harold coming in last minute with a big victory super chat. Dropping the big super chat at the end. Harold dropping that bomb. Pipe bomb. CM Punk style right at the end of the show. Good God almighty, Harold. That was a big one. Super chat. Uh-oh, the battle continues.
Oh,
Here
boy.
comes Angelo. Angelo drops a super chat as well.
What do we do?
I think he's just trying to win. And he takes over. I think we'll wrap up. I don't think this is going to be a battle that'll go on. We can give Harold like a minute or two here, but I don't think this is going to be a battle.
Talk
I think
more about Austin Powers.
We're wrapping up. I could show my cool new Okada toy that I got. You want to see that?
I think the people should see.
Look at this, baby. Look at this shit over here. Huh?
What's in the box?
Look at this shit.
What's in the box?
I'll show you something I got in the mail today, all right, guys? and then we'll wrap up the show. You can get your final super chats in. Angelo, you are the leader. I think you will be the leader once again tonight, my man. Thank you, Harold and Angelo, for dropping those late super chats. You guys fueling the network. Check this out. New Japan, King of Sports, Kazuchika Okada. Look at this thing. This came in the mail today. I could not believe how beautiful this thing was.
Nice presentation.
Like, the box is so nice. You pop open the box here, slide this open here like that, and then this comes out, right? Look at this. Look at that thing. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Look at that shit. Oh, my God. This is one of the most beautiful action figures I've ever seen in my life. Look at this. You pull the top up to reveal the beautiful Kazuchika Okada.
Rainmaker.
The Rainmaker! Look at that. I mean, this is a piece. This is a beautiful piece.
You plan on taking that out of the box?
Never. It's going to sit on my mantle when I'm an old man. I'm just going to look at it. One day I will meet Okada. And I will get him to sign this for me. And then we will hug.
And then he'll give you a Rainmaker.
And then he will give me Rainmaker! Oh, my God. I would love to meet Okada. I would love to interview Okada. I think his English is pretty good. Of all the top New Japan guys that might go to AEW, I think Okada would be the guy. I think he's most likely.
Yeah?
Of all the top guys that they could possibly get, I think he's the most likely. Because he's really good friends with the Bucks. He's had his best matches of his career with Kenny. And he likes the States.
That'd be huge.
I think it's possible.
Okada, Bryan Danielson?
I mean, you know, like there's some great matches for him.
You know?
Come on. In AEW. And, like, honestly, the Forbidden Door, it's built for a guy like Okada. Like, if he's not going to go to AEW outright, at least do a couple matches there. At least do some sort of exchange with New Japan. Like, if Bryan Danielson is really going to AEW and he is doing that because he wants to work in Japan, Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada has to happen. It has to. Danielson versus Naito, I think their styles would be ridiculous together. Okada will be good, but Okada's like dangerous. Okada wrestles a heavy style. He hurts people. You know, like it's not that he's dangerous. It's not that he's unsafe, but he's
hard hitting.
He fucking lays it in. You know, you wrestle Okada and you're not fucking around. That's what I like. He's big. He's strong. Like he's tough. You know, he can take it, but he dishes it out. But he can fucking take it. He can take everything, but he can dish it out as well. So I'd be a little bit worried for Bryan in a match with Okada because, I mean, you know, Okada's ended guys' careers. It's happened. Like, it's, you know. So Okada, I don't know. But Naito, I think, is a little bit softer, a little bit safer, and I would like that. I mean, unless he's wrestling Ibushi, and then, like, he's crazy. Ibushi versus Bryan Danielson would be, like, I would just be scared the whole time. Because, all right. Yeah. Bryan Danielson saying he wants to wrestle in New Japan scares the shit out of me because their style is so intense and so hard hitting.
He's intense.
I don't want him to get hurt. Like I feel like he would go over there and wrestle 100% and it'd be fucking dangerous.
Yeah, he would. He definitely wouldn't want to hold back.
Anyways, we'll talk more AEW and all that stuff on Wednesday night. They will be in Houston, Texas. Wow, good to be a Texas wrestling fan. San Antonio tonight for Raw. Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite in Houston. Friday night, SmackDown is in Phoenix. AEW Rampage in Chicago, Illinois. Should be clobbering time. CM Punk should be showing up on Friday night, and we will be watching it live with you Friday night. AEW Rampage, the potential CM Punk debut. We'll be doing a watch-along, as we're doing now every Friday night for AEW Rampage, right after Friday Night SmackDown. So Wrestling Uncensored recaps SmackDown and watches AEW Rampage with you every Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be back here with you on Wednesday night after Dynamite with Johnny North to recap the latest episode of Dynamite. Then I'll be back Thursday night with Freddie and AJ to preview the Gastelum Cannoneer fight card in the UFC. And then Friday night again with Johnny for Wrestling Uncensored. And then Saturday night, don't forget to join us here Saturday night right after SummerSlam. We will be here recapping the action. I will be here. He will be here. And Johnny North will not be with us because he's wrestling on Saturday. Johnny's a wrestler, and he's back in the ring. I think Saturday is his first match back since the pandemic, which is
dead, Johnny.
Amazing. And we're definitely with him in spirit. We can't be there with him. But, like, man, I'm pretty pumped that Johnny's getting back in the ring on Saturday. So it'll be the Simon Brothers again for you on Saturday after SummerSlam. Thank you, Angelo Contagonis. You are the Super Chat leader. Thank you, Harold Schneider, for dropping the Super Chats. Again, Angelo, Harold, you guys battling it out tonight. Thank you, guys. Doug Hepburn as well. Brian Firth. Appreciate everybody supporting the Ringside Report Network. Franco 316. All the members here tonight. And I'll be back with you on Wednesday.